Okay, we're gonna start putting in hoop stat statistics, you know. The way this is gonna go is we're gonna be doing it by what it says on this day, not what we put today as. So today's January 8th, we would put January 8th here. So we can easily find January 8th, 7:21 p.m. It's gonna be the Miami White Light and the Boston Red Fury. Two undefeated teams going at it. A chance to win a championship. Is that it, really? Oh yeah, definitely. We need a 6. And then an 8. Ball to where 9. We ran a 10. Oh, I can kill 11. Mark Sanders 12. Oh wow, now. What a fat ass. Okay, we'll do this later. One answer. All right, let's start this one. Welcome to the RBA. Two great teams going at it here today. The two undefeated. Welcome to ABC Sports Time. Your announcers here today. A great day for our announcers as the RBA caps off Miami and Boston. We're in downtown Miami. For what it looks like, AA Arena. Robert Bolino of Michigan State. Joshua Alford, number 20. Number 9, from Michigan State, it's JoJo Johnson Jr. From the University of Syracuse State, it's number 7, Annie Zamb. And the number 30, the star, the one and only Gaynor Paul. Head coach is not Brad Stevens, it's Troy Diggins. Now, it's time for your home crowd. He's from Miami University. Number 9, Ryland Freeman Jr. Number 12, also from the University of Miami, it's Stephen Nova. Number 1, the small forward from Miami University, it's Lonzo Brown. Number 22, from the University of Miami, it's James Freeman. And your star, your favorite, Dax Freeman, number 3, from Miami University. Welcome to the RBA. Two very vicious teams at it here today. One will come defeated tonight, both undefeated. Welcome as the tip-off begins. A great game, a coverage game. Nova has the ball. Nova shoots the first 3 of the night, missed. Rebound by Bolino. Bolino rebounds out. Alford hits the 2. Great assist by Gaynor Paul. And as you begin to think about this one, Ryland on the drive, blocked by Paul. Paul around the rim. Oh, that throwdown. Dax. At the start of two teams. Two very well-rounded teams. Undefeated. Ryland Freeman Jr. Freeman Jr. hits the first 3 of the night. Zamb to Alford. Alford to Paul. Paul, bang! Gaynor Paul has 5. Right. Pause. I got that one assist right. One rebound. Oh wow, we're doing great. Freeman, this is what it's about. You keep that rhythm up. Miami down by 5-4. Dax missed. Rebound Alford. Alford gets that great rebound that you know what to talk about. Bolino for 3. No. Rebound Nova. Gives it to Dax. Dax has the ball. Dax Freeman is such a great point guard. Can he lead his team to a victory tonight? Dax to James. Bang, James, and there you go, 6-7 as we approach on to 6 more minutes to go in this quarter. Zam running the ball to Alford. Alford missed. Zam rebound and scores. No, this is what it's about. You go out there, play hard, put your heart in the game, and Nova, yes. Great assist by Dax, I believe. Who has the assists? Lonzo and Dax. Oh, one of the assists that Dax had, it goes to Lonzo. I need a better camera angle. Zam. Five minutes to go in this game. Zam to Johnson Jr. Jr. to Alford. Alford to Paul. Paul. This is way better. Zam for three. Missed. Rebound Johnson Jr. and he tips it in. That does count as a rebound. Dax. A 11-8 start for this game. Boston already on top though. Nova. Brown. Good lob. Ryland gets it. That will count as an assist, a foul. And the foul. A substitution on the court. Featuring Newman and Garnett checking in. Garnett Jr. will check in and Newman. Freeman Jr. and Wagner are checking in. As we continue upon 4:58 in this first quarter. Nova, bang! Steven Nova for three! He hits for three! Zam runs up the floor. Johnson Jr. out to Newman. Newman. He shoots a two. Yes. Great assist by Garnett Jr. And he does that. He does those type of plays that you look at and you say, wow, unbelievable. Brown. Bang! First lead of the night. What a three-pointer by Lonzo Brown. They take the lead now. Miami up by one. Newman. Paul. Bang! Wait, Paul's still in? Who was that then? Yeah, Paul's in. Bolino came out then. Dax Freeman Jr. Freeman Jr. A 16-14 start. Jr. Newman rebounds. Wait. Newman to Paul. Paul to Johnson Jr. And Johnson Jr. throws it down with the throat. Brown ahead to Nova. Nova missed. Not that time. Johnson Jr. to rebound. Jr. Zam to Newman. Newman shoots. Newman missed. Unable to that time. Rebound by Dax. You got to watch who gets those rebounds better. Freeman Jr. buying. Great assist by Amber Wagner upon 3 minutes to go. And a very good start. A timeout is taken by Boston. Boston wants to talk it over. Let them talk it over. You know, this is what it's about. You got to get those games and you got to get involved. You know, it's what it's about. Every game, it's involvement. And that's the most important thing. You know? Upon the minute time, you know, great game to be a part of as our sports networks. We're giving them a little bit of a break right now, but we're going to tune in right now, right back in it. And well, they're ready to go. Here we go. Boston and Miami. Let's begin. Let's continue this vicious matchup. Two great teams. Both undefeated. Boston 5-0. Miami 3-0. They played less games, but tonight Miami will play their 4th game. Boston will play their 6th. Owen Gill, Wheeler, Newman. Owen Gill, Newman ahead to Garnett Jr. Missed the 3. Does it say who gets the rebounds? Because that's something we need. Oh, don't put any rebounds. We'll put them at the end. That's the easiest way to do it. Because it's too hard. There's 2 more. No, we missed. There's 1. There's the other. And we have a Miami rebound we missed. There we go. Freeman Jr. missed. Newman ahead. Ware. Walt Ware. Garnett Jr. missed again. Wagner ahead to Freeman Jr. Wagner to Layla Wagner. And the foul by Freeman Jr. A illegal screen. As you know, Newman running up the ball now. Newman on the drive, yes! Clyde Newman picks up number 4 for his points. The car has came into the game. Freeman Jr. hits, yes! And Dax Freeman Jr. 2 for 4 tonight. 1 turnover. You know, that's big deal. Gill, Ware. Look at Boston's movement. Newman hits a 3. And Ware with that assist. Wow, Boston now up by 4. 2 great teams fighting to the end. I think this is going to go down to the end. Vakar hits the 3. Who got the assist? Just don't do assists either because it's not working for us. Just do field goals right now. Is that it? Miami still has an assist. Gill to Wheeler. Wheeler to Ware. Ware to Newman. Newman. Gill shoots a 3. No. Vakar to Freeman Jr. Freeman Jr. to Freeman. Yes. And on to the Marion we go. Garnett Jr. Ware. Miami up by 1. Boston not going to allow this for long. Gill takes a nice mid-range. Yes. And Owen Gill, his first shot of the night. And upon 15 seconds to go, Freeman Jr. 13 seconds to go. 7. Freeman Jr. Wagner for 3. No good. And was that Amber Wagner? We don't know. Looks like they're tied at 25 apiece. I don't know. That's number 10. Yeah. We're not tied at 25 apiece. Upon the second quarter we go now. Gaynor Paul and Alford on the lineup right now. Wagner, Freeman Jr., Vakar, and James Freeman. I don't know why it's not working. Right there. On the ball, Alonzo, Ryland, James, Amber, and Vakar are in the game for Miami. For Boston, it's Owen Gill, Paul, for Boston, it's Gaynor, Paul, Garnett Jr., Newman, Ware, and Gill. Wagner fell around. Gill to Alford. No good. The car missed. And the putback by James Freeman. Approaching Paul. Yeah, no, it's fouled and one. And the foul by Ryland Freeman Jr., which gives him a free throw. Ware and Johnson Jr. Ware and Gill coming out for our original starting lineup here tonight. Gaynor Paul getting a chance at the free throw line. And he gets the free throw. Six minutes in, and we have 6 minutes to go in this second quarter. Simpson is in to Brown. Bang! Simpson, Luther Simpson in the game. Zam to Johnson Jr. now. Jr. to Alford. Paul back to Alford. Zam shoots the three. Yes! And a foul. A personal foul by Robert Molino. fouls. Does not matter. Does not matter though. There's Nova with the 3. Six minutes to go here. Bolino. 32-31. Boston's upcoming schedule. They'll play Baltimore at home. Denver at home. And they go to Seattle. And then they'll play Seattle. And then at San Antonio after that long home trip. James. Almost lost the ball. Gives it to Ryland. Missed the 3. Zam. Ahead of the pack. To Bolino. Bolino puts it in. A great job by Robert Bolino. Making the basketball love him. Huh? Brown. No good. Alford. Zamb. Yes. And then Zamb hits the 3. Luther Simpson. Great way to start off this game. Boston up by 4. It's Miami at home. And we continue this one. Brown holds the ball to James. Bang! And Freeman hits the 3. That's a great job by James Freeman. I really appreciate what James Freeman does on the court every night. Wheeler to Zamb. Zamb! And a foul by Dax Freeman Jr. Wheeler and a substitution. Garnett Jr. checking in. On the night. And he will shoot the free throw. And he makes that one. Wheeler Wagner has checked into the game. Freeman Jr. to Brown. Bang, no. That's fine, you know. Zam to Garnett Jr. And Garnett Jr. gets that 2-point jam at the 6-point lead. That's the biggest of the night. There's Nova with the screen. Freeman Jr. all the way, yes. And he's got 2 fouls, but he's doing a very good job at getting his team involved. Very good job. Johnson Jr. ahead to Zam, stolen by Freeman Jr. Dax Freeman Jr. again. Dax, no good. Paul, he's checked in. Wheeler. And Garnett Jr. puts it in again. You know, that's great. That's great. Good steal. Wheeler. And a foul. All right, who fouled? We have replay footage. I think we have that. Foul by Wheeler. And also Norman, Gill, and Ware and Wheeler. Two minutes to go in this game. Barnes, he's checked in. Barnes gets his. Dax gets that one. Newman. Garnett Jr. No good. That's why it's too hard. Dax hits the three. Garnett Jr. and to Newman. Newman shoots. No good. A nice rebound by the car. Barnes in. Barnes, no good. And Garnett Jr. puts it in. This is by Wheeler. Dax. It's the three. Garnett Jr. to Newman. Wheeler on the drive. Yes. And a foul by Layla Wagner. A substitution on the court. Curtis, Wheeler, and Newman. Curtis comes in. Sherman Curtis. The free throw. Wheeler makes the free throw. Chase also checked in. Jaden Chase. Freeman Jr., yes. And Dax Freeman Jr. It's that one in. I want to see if there's an option where no, there isn't. Newman ahead to Wheeler. Wheeler to Newman. Newman, no good. Wish there was an option for holding it, so not just to play with the ball. Amber hits the two. There's 18 seconds to go. Boston's done a big rotation, and it's just got to be manual, you know. You just got to make basketball about who can win out of the stars, not about the bench. That's what they got to do moving forward. Garnett Jr. hits that one. I mean, the player's points is most likely accurate. What's not accurate right now, Marv, is the other things. You know, you know. I don't remember seeing another block, but you know, um, Gainer does have 11. Dax does have 8. Dax has 8. I didn't even know Dax had 8. Dax has 7. Pretty accurate though, you know. Let's just make sure everything's accurate, you know. That's the biggest thing. You make sure everything's accurate and keep moving forward as the game goes by, you know. It's Miami down by 4 only at the beginning of the third. See how accurate we were for our game. Oh, well, Freeman Jr. has 9. 2 assists. Just give this guy a point real quick. Dax has 3 assists. Give him the 3 assists. Freeman Jr. has 2 blocks, 2 steals. Says he only has 1 steal right now. And he has 1 turnover. Hoops up the top. Yeah, he already had that turnover. 4 for 7 shooting, Freeman Jr. Yeah. Alright, good. For Dax now. He's 3 for 5. It says here that he is, 3 for 5. 7 points, 3 rebounds. That's what we have to get. Not necessarily. It does not say the offensive or defensive rebound. But that's all it says. So that's all we can put in. If it does say that, we will change it. For Nova, he goes with 3 for 5, 2 for 3, 1 for 2. Nothing. No rebound. He has 1 rebound. For James Freeman, 3 for 4. It says he's, look, it says he's 3 for 3. So we missed the 2. We missed that. Oh, it does say the offensive rebound, but it doesn't say the defense. You only need 1. 2 offensive rebounds. And rebounds are 3. Yeah, perfect. Lonzo Brown. What about him? 6 points. Okay. 2 for 4. 2 assists. And 1 rebound. No offensive. And then for Ryland Freeman Jr., who has 3 points. 1 foul. He's 1 for 3. Yeah, well, he missed it too. No offensive rebounds. A turnover and an assist he'll get. Okay. Sam Bekar up next. He's doing good for a guy that usually people doubt. He's doing good. Not an offensive rebound, but a rebound. And Amber Wagner with 2 offensive rebounds and 2 points. Or, I mean, 2 rebounds. But not points. 0 for 1 on the 3-point line. Yeah, that's accurate. 1 for 3. All right. Now for Boston. For them, let's move on. You have Robert Bolino. Let's go in order. Or Annie Zam. Annie Zam, first one to go in order. 4 for 5. 3 assists, 2 rebounds, and 1 offensive out of those 2 rebounds. 1 defensive. But 3 assists. Great job by Annie Zam. Getting involved early. Pushing the pace. Great job. I really like how he works so hard. Gaynor Paul, 4 for 5. The offensive rebounds are at 1. He pushes. He does have a foul. He also has a block. Yeah, that block was iconic. So we got that. 3 assists and 2 rebounds, right? Yeah. Yeah. Garnett Jr. Garnett Jr. Wow. 3rd best player right now playing in the game is Garnett Jr. The offensive rebounds are at none. The defensive rebounds are at 3. The steal, he's got a steal. And that's it. Newman, 1 rebound. And 2 assists. Johnson Jr. The offensive rebounds are at 1. Yeah, these are right. The offensive rebounds are at 1. There are 2 other rebounds on defense, and then there's a block. Yeah, we missed that block. I don't know when it was, but yeah. He's got 4 points, like it says here. Wheeler has an assist. Oh, well, that's already in. 3 points and 1 turnover. It's big. Free throw attempts, 1 out of 1. And Owen Gill. Oh, wow. A lot of involvement from Boston. Owen Gill, 1 rebound. It is from the defensive end of things for Owen Gill. He's got an assist. Robert Bolino has a turnover and 2 defensive rebounds and 2 points. Alford, and he's our last one of the night. Alford has 0 offensive rebounds. 3 defensive, and 2 assists. Great job by Alpha. If you do not score, you do not get your points in. You do not get your stats on the board. For Miami, Dax, the starters, basic starters, are going to be in. I suppose for both teams, they're starters. All right. Boston, I assume, too. Bolino, no good. Next to rebounds. Yeah, Boston, too. Yeah, well, their starters in. So it will be easy. Now, Dax. Brown. Yes. Alonzo Brown hits the 3. Alfred to Zam. Zam. It's a 1-point game. Miami and Boston. Zam shoots. Yes. And Annie Zam with 14 points on the night. A well-prospected game. Dax with the ball. Dax to Nova. Nova to James. James. Looking for a point. Blonzo. Air ball. Paul the rebound. Paul to Johnson Jr. Pumps once. Blocked. Blocked by Freeman. Who got the rebound on that play? We'll just check real quick. Nova and Dax have a rebound. Nova got the rebound. Dax screen. Dax fades. Out of bounds. Look at that block. What a vicious man. If you look at that, I say that's a skilled play. Alfred with the ball. Paul will run it up as we approach the 6-minute mark. Paul to Zam. Zam fades a little bit. Off Brown the rebound. Brown to Fryland. Dax. Dax to Brown. Shoots the 3. Yes! And Lonzo Brown. A timeout by Boston. Only up by 2 now. Boston looking tired out there as they approach the minute to go. Is there any substitutions we need to look at? For Boston. Yeah, same group. Nothing different. All right, 6 minutes to go. Nothing different. They just wanted to talk it over. Well, Boston's coach wanted to say, we got to get more involved, guys. This is not how we play basketball usually. We just got to do more. We can't just let them take over. Let's control them. Let's play better defense. Let's do things that's going to get us our 6th win of the season and a great rest. Nova throws it down. I think that was an assist by Dax. I'm losing my mind. Dax has 6 assists. Yeah, that's perfect. I guess. Alfred. Actually, yeah, that's right. Great deflection by Ryland. Steal by Dax. Ryland. And then All the rebounds. Boston has not scored in 2 minutes. James a steal. Dax. Maybe that was Robert. Johnson Jr. for three. No. Rebounds Zam and puts it in. And Miami now wants a timeout. 4 minutes in. And we have a timeout by Miami now. Probably a great one. Talk it over. Review the lineups. Maybe make a change, you know. Were there any changes made? We will know. On the substitution mark, nothing still. Dax runs up the ball. He's got 7 on the night. Actually, that car came in. Brown. Yes. The car did check into the game. Zam. Boston looks so upset. They've struggled all game long. And right now, not the whole game, but the whole quarter. Ware is in for Bolino. Zam. Air balls. And Miami up by 4. Zam. Another 3. No good. Rebound by Vekar, and that's going to be a struggle now. Wagner is in. Wagner shoots. No. Rebound Zam. Ahead to Paul. Takes an awful shot. Where the rebound? Which they have struggled with shooting. Everything, you know. Everything. From shooting to moving around offensively. Dax. Great assist by Brown. The players that do good are staying in the game, though. Ware, the rookie, on the drive. What a dunk! Walt Ware. Oh, boy. Lonzo on the drive. Lonzo throws it down. Lonzo Brown. Walt Ware will foul Lonzo Brown. And a substitution. Sanders, Cook, Newman, and Garnett. Brown hits that one. Onto the market line. Newman. Newman on the drive. Blocked by Brown. A substitution now. Paul, Newman, and Bolino are coming in. Where Bolino's cold. Bolino has to find ways to find a better option. Where? Ahead of the basket. No foul call. And a steal by Freeman Jr. Wagner hits. Amber Wagner hits the 3. Hits the 2-pointer. And Miami now takes this advantage that they did not want or no one saw coming. Or did we expect it? Garnett Jr. Another steal? No, not that time. Bolino. You have to be more confident. Bolino hits the three. Great assist by Garnett Jr. Upon the minute approach. Freeman Jr. runs up the ball. Freeman Jr. on the drive. Finds Lonzo. He's been hot all game long. And he's played most of the game. Dax drives. Yes! And Dax Freeman Jr. That's what I call big buckets. 13 points. Where steal by Wagner. And the put in by Lonzo Brown. Put in, right? Yeah, 20. Newman. Boston down. Bolino. No good. Rebound. Dax Freeman. And Amber hits the three. One minute to go. Garnett Jr. This is now a 14-point game. The defending champs losing. Newman hits that one. They don't have Rockto yet, but it's still a struggle for them. As they adjust, they get into rhythm. Brown, Wagner to Freeman Jr. 10-point game. Freeman Jr. No good. Rebound Ware. Bolino down by 10. 15 seconds to go. You hold that ball. Look at that IQ. He's holding that ball. Don't give them another chance to score. They've scored enough this quarter. Bolino missing. 4 seconds. The rebound was by Dax. Ahead of the three. Bang! Pow! Freeman! That's the three! At the buzzer! Ten assists tonight. Where did he score? When did he hit it too? Second quarter. We'll be right back. Well, the assist of the game goes Dax Freeman. Nope, Nova throwing it down. As a 77-64 start. Dax runs up the ball. Dax, a lob to Nova. No, three, yes! And he hits the three. It's a 16-point game. The 5-0 Boston Red Fury are falling apart right now. This is what it's about. JoJo Johnson Jr. hits the three. Dax to Nova. Ahead. Out to James. James posts up. Yes. James Freeman with 10 points tonight. Zam gets fouled by Nova. Danny Zam will go to the line. A 82-67, a 15-point lead. First free throw is made by Danny Zam. As they got to get their starters back in. Robert and that will be for Alford to come in. 82-69 upon the approach. Dax will run up the ball. Dax ahead of the offense. Screen by Nova. Wagner throws it down. Great job by Wagner, and it's a 15-point game with 6 minutes to go in this game. I don't know if there's chances of a comeback unless you put the one and only Gaynor Paul in, who's in right now, but he's not doing anything. Alford, I mean, give the ball to the best player in the world. Why is he not doing anything? Dax isn't better than him. Come on, Gaynor. Run the offense. Play better. Come on. Three-pointer missed by, I don't know who that was. Nova. Rebounded by Zam. Alford to Gaynor. Gaynor shoots. No. That's out of bounds. Gaynor Paul is messing up completely. Miami wants a timeout. Boston down by 12. Paul with only 11. A great defensive shutdown, a lockdown on this team tonight. With 5:55 to go. It looks like this is all over. As Amber Wagner Ryland hits the three. And Zam, but Gaynor can't play defense with all those Hall of Fame badges. I'd expect him to do better. Zam missed, rebound Nova. And Ryland. Boston is crying right now. Ryland, yes! Freeman Jr. putting the ice on the cake. The Boston Red Fury are falling piece by piece, one by one.
Only 4 timeouts left. And a 17-point crush out in this game of the best of the East. And we decided one of these teams will go home with a loss tonight, and the undefeated Miami White Lights will stay alive after a successful run. There'll be only one game behind for the 1 seed. I think they will take the 1 seed. Nova the steal from Alford. 5 minutes to go approach. Brown. Nova posting up Zam. Too easy for him. Oh, he throws it down. Steven Nova. 91-72. An excruciating game. Where did they go wrong, Marv? Where? 3 now. By Robert Bolino. 4 minutes to go. You still got half of the quarter. Don't give up if you're Boston. Just get Gaynor involved. Turnover. Ryland. You got 4 minutes. Listen, you got 4 minutes to make a big play. I understand that he's cold, he's tired. It was a rough time for him tonight. Boston's just got to keep moving forward. Alford hits the 3, as that will be a good one. Only a 13-point game. 4 minutes we approach on the approach-o mark. Dax to Nova. Don't blow this if you're Miami. This is the biggest game of the year. You don't want to blow it. You're beating the defending champions. James. Sidestep. Missed. And 1. James Freeman. And a foul. Boston is upset. No, they didn't have enough time. They were upset with the call, but it was obviously a foul. Bolino, yes. I lost on the assist. Ryland Freeman Jr., and here you go. Ryland, 2-pointer, yes. Ryland Freeman Jr. is going to go down as one of the best shooting guards to touch a basketball tonight. He's got 10. And Paul, yes. If Gaynor Paul can get himself involved for the next 3 minutes, he's only 4 threes away. 4 stops. 4 stops away. So it's good. You have a chance. You have a chance. I'm telling you have a chance. James, yes. And 15 points. Two minutes and 40 to go. 15-point game. Miami, Boston. A disappointing game for Boston, quite much. They're trying to hold in, but not enough. Robert, great rebound by James, and approach of 2 minutes to go only. Not enough time for a comeback. Dax, yes. Especially when you allow that many points. If you're the coach of Boston, if you're Coach Troy Diggins, you know what happened tonight. Your defense lacked. Your home court advantage lacked. Your offense lacked. Everything lacked. As Paul hits the 2. Paul did good. The problem was they lacked. As 2 minutes approach home, Brown to James. James, who has excruciating 16 points. Oh, the throwdown to Ryland Freeman Jr., who's done a great job all night long. And right now, Dexter just took a little bit of a break. Ryland is getting takeover. Two guys having takeover. Gainer, no. Nova rebounds. He threw it down. Lonzo throws it down. The Miami White Lights are going to be the team to do it. They'll defeat the 5-0 Boston Red Fury with every player that was playing tonight. No injuries. That's what's great about Boston. They'll come back from this. In a 7-game series, I don't see them losing either. So don't get your hopes up if you're Miami. Don't get anything up. In a 7-game series, I don't see this happening. I don't see this happening once, maybe once. But other than that, I don't see it happening, you know? So, don't get excited. It's just one season game. They may never play again. That will do it. Who just scored? Nova. A shooting foul by Freeman Jr. Foul Zam. They had a chance. They were down by only 12 at one point. That will end the night. Annie get her free throw. Miami, if anyone scores, we'll just put them in then. You know, Simpson, yes. That will do it. Miami completes the defeat. The Miami White Light have defeated the Boston Red Fury.